friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope we are all well. Today's video is going to be slightly different. It was not necessarily a fashion, a makeup, a Disney video. It's not a chatty video either. Today is a homeware slash home decor slash DIY slash. As I mentioned before, I've recently just moved house. So the house that we live in is a Victorian house and has a fireplace. It's been knocked through and it's now an electric fireplace, but obviously you still have the mantelpiece. Now I'll show you some pictures of what it looked like before. Basically, it was very, how can I put this? Just like blah. Like there wasn't much character to it, and I really wanted to bring some character. I really want the living room to feel really cozy, yet sort of a luxury, and like rich is probably the best word to use it. I just want everything in the living room to be rich, cozy and warm. So I decided that we paint the mantelpiece black and put gold accents, as all of the kind of accessories in the room are gold. So it's green, gold and black. That is the colour of the room. So I decided to paint it black and I used a gold paint to the rims. I will show you this as I go along, but I'll just give you a brief idea of what I wanted. We then decided to put what's the word? Contact paper on the tiles. So tiles are lovely, but I just didn't really enjoy them. They remind me more of garden tiles than they do of fireplace tiles. So we don't have the fire on a lot because it's too much electric. So it's not going to be a problem. It's not going to melt. It says it actually is good for fireplaces. When I bought it from Amazon. So yeah, this is how I got it looking drab to fab. So yes, I hope you enjoy this video. Please comment as we go along. If you've got any questions, I'll happily give you any answers to any of the questions you have. So yeah, this is how the fireplace went from drab to fab. So to begin with, we started by taping off the fireplace just to protect all of the paint and the tiles that we don't want the paint to get on. We love fog tape, it's our new favourite thing. We used masking tape previously and it worked to an extent, but fog tape is the best. The paint that I will be using is the Furniture Paint Satin Finish from Rust-Oleum in the colour Carbon, and I just got out two different size paint brushes, but I actually only ended up using the smaller of the two. Give that paint a big old shake. So to start off, I went round doing all the edges with the smaller brush. I'm not really sure why I did this. It's just what you'd normally do if you were to paint a wall, so I presume that this would have been the best technique to do a fireplace. This is my first fireplace, please bear with. Like I said, I ended up just using this little brush the whole way round because the wood had quite a lot of nooks and crannies in it, so it was a lot easier to get in all of those nooks and crannies and just really squish in those bristles of the brush and just fill everything with paint. As you can see, I'm doing it. So the camera died halfway through me doing the painting, but oh, for God's sake, it's died again. So I finished painting the fireplace. I finished painting the fireplace. Halfway through, the camera died. You have to forgive me because I'm very new to this and I'm getting used to all this YouTube stuff. And the camera was actually fully charged. It had like one bar missing, so I just need to get used to this camera, I guess. But yes, it painted now. I'm just waiting for it to dry. It's got about an hour left for the but I'm trying to figure out if I need to do a second coat or not. I think some areas might need a second coat, but I don't think all of it needs a second coat, so I think I'm just going to kind of judge it when the 2 hours is up. But yeah, it should be ready. It should be like pretty much dry by 4:30, and the time is 4:20 now. So yeah, So that is kind of what's going on right now. I will show you what it looks like right now because obviously you didn't get to see the end product of me painting it. First coat before we do anything with this, so I'm just trying to pass the... So I don't think the top needs another coat. I think we're all good for this. It's just these little bits, so if you can see it on camera. It's almost just little streakiness, but I think, like I said, I can just go through these little bits with a just like a little touch-ups. And this side, I don't think I paid enough attention to. It doesn't look that bad. There's just like this little bit here, and yeah. So what the plan is, I'll show you the contact paper and I'll show you where the gold will go. The lighting is awful in here. Right, so I got this little bit of gold which I showed you earlier for the paint that we're going to be using. So it's just a tiny little painter's touch, quick drying multi-purpose paint for interior and exterior projects. Again, by Rust-Oleum. Oh, is that my phone? But it's Connor, I bet he wants something. Oh, it's Wendy. Hello? No worries, thank you very much. Bye. That was my friend Wendy telling me about tile paint because I put it in the group chat about the argument about the tiles, which I will tell you more about. I think I've told you about a little bit already. So it is actually about 5 o'clock now. I let it dry a bit longer than the 2 hours recommended just because I decided it probably needed it. I was going to do another layer, but I am going to do the gold. And the majority of where the gold is going is where basically we need to do over, so there's no point. So I'm going to do that, and then if there's any little touch-ups I need to do with the black, I'm going to do with a very small brush. But I can take this top bit out, which is very satisfying, so we'll do it together just because everybody loves a good paint peel. Here we go. Oh, that's good. A little bit there that's come off. That is very annoying. But to put the gold paint here on this little raised ridge, if you can see it. So that's where the gold paint's going. And then I'm going to do... I don't know whether to do this ridge, it's a bit bigger, or whether to do the side edges. I think I'm going to do this just because it's going to be easier to paint. But yes, this little ridge here and that bit there. So having a bit of an argument about what to do with these tiles. Now I've got some contact paper that I want to put on it, so I'm actually going, after I've done the painting, I am going to do the contact paper on half of it, and we're gonna argue about it until we decide whether we should leave these tiles and paint the grout, or whether I'm going to put the contact paper on and see where it goes. I'll update you on that when we've decided. I'll also show you the contact paper later, but I'm going to go get a smaller brush from upstairs, which I'm actually going to use a face painting brush. I haven't used it and it's the smallest brush I have, so it works. So yeah, let's go and see what we can find. Cam asked and just delightfully explained, I'm using this Painter's Touch paint from Rust-Oleum in gold. It's like £3.25 from Homebase. And the pot did half of it. This is very zoomed in, but this is the brushes that I'm using, and like I said earlier, just wait, you can just see my mouth. This is the paint that we will be using, the Painter's Touch in gold. I think I mentioned this before, and like I said, these are face painting brushes, but they'll do for the job, so let's get going. I've zoomed you in on the place I'm starting first. Exhibit A, so just opened it. It's blue inside. Let's give it a shake, see what happens. That seems to have done something. I'm going to give it a stir with the actual paint. I wonder what that blue stuff was. So just stirring it. Look at that final little mix. So now it looks like this. this I think might have to have a few coats. So as I mentioned before, me and Chloe are having a little bit of a disagreement about whether we should put this on yet, but I'm going to put this on half of it and then decide if we like it. So this is what I've got. It was from Amazon. I think it was about £8.99. I think you get about 5 metres of it, maybe a little bit less. Yes, this is the contact paper. I think it's beautiful and I'm going to do half of it. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. Pull this off. Stick it on. So annoying. So after all of that, an evening of staring at it half and half, we decided in the morning, this morning as I'm filming it, that we would do the whole fireplace. So this is what it looks like now and I'm so pleased with it, and I think it really brings the living room together. The living room isn't finished. I've still got the side cabinet next to this, which is actually an original side cabinet from when the house was built, so it's a Victorian side cabinet, so I've got to be very careful with that, but it does need a lot of tender love and care. So not finished yet in the living room, but I'm so happy with how the fireplace is looking. I'm excited to sit down in the evenings, put some candles on, snuggle up and watch some films with Connor, and I think it just brings a really good element to the room, I think. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like, subscribe, tell me what you think, tell me if you don't like it, we'll have an argument in the comments. Yeah, please like me, love me. Yeah, I hope you have a great day and I will see you in the next one.